Welcome to Palmer Field at St. David's Performance Center for the nightcap of Match Day 19 as Austin FC 2 hosts LA Galaxy 2 in the second meeting of these two clubs this season. It's a hot one in Austin tonight with an excessive heat warning in effect, so we should expect to see some hydration breaks later on. Both Austin and LA are looking to end a month on the high note, which each side entering tonight's match unbeaten in the month of July. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Marissa Pilla. Here's a look at the Western Conference standings. A home side Austin FC holds firm onto second place in the Western Conference. With their win over the Vancouver Whitecaps, Tacoma sits just 1 point behind in third place. The visitors tonight, LA Galaxy may only have one road win this season, but picked up 7 points in their last 3 matches and look to continue their good form here tonight. Austin FC are coming off of a tough result against a top-ranked team in the West, Colorado Rapids. In that match, Austin went up 3-0, then conceded 3 goals, and eventually lost in PKs. Head coach Brett Utley said it was a learning experience for his team and wants his side to remember that match the next time they're faced with adversity. As for the Galaxy, head coach Marcelo Sarvas expects this to be a good matchup for his team and has stressed the importance of defending collectively and creating overloads in the midfield. Here's how the home side's lining up tonight in a 4-3-3. In net, 21-year-old homegrown keeper Damian Las. Las leads the league with 9 clean sheets this season and has been the backbone of Austin's stingy defense, allowing the fewest goals this year with just 13. Austin has the options of sending outside back Sheikh Toure forward, creating overlaps on the left flank, and up top is Valentin Noel, who is tied for the most goals for Austin this season with 5. As for the visitors, the Galaxy are lining up in a 4-2-3-1. Galaxy is at its best when they are connecting and moving collectively up the field. Look for midfielder Adrian Gonzalez to be a link-up player, and LA's offense runs almost completely through number 73 up top, Aaron Bebo. With his 10 goals and 5 assists, he is responsible for almost 57% of Galaxy's scoring so far this season. Two sides are getting ready to kick off at Palmer Field at St. David's Performance Center. Head referee tonight is Kyle Armstrong, assistant ref Jason Gullen, and Kevin Hewitt, and the fourth official is Servando Estefania Estrada Sanabria. Austin's head coach is Brett Utley, and Austin is in their home black and green striped kits. Galaxy head coach Marcelo Savas, and they are in their road whites, and the match is underway. Both teams will likely take the first few minutes of this match to settle in, try to read each other as well as they can. Galaxy trying to play over top and direct early on just to catch that stingy Austin defense and maybe in a point of transition early on. Austin with an early throw-in on the far side of the field. LA Galaxy is a very possession-based team. They like to play these short connective passes and have a collective build-up. Head coach Marcelo Salva said they don't want to get too stretched in transition play. They want to really focus on connecting and moving and creating a lot of connective collective progress up the field. Set piece into the box, a header sails way over the crossbar, and the Galaxy are putting the foot on the gas early on in Austin. Here's a replay, a long service into the box, gets a piece of it, is Pizarro up top. And despite the heat, LA seems to be already putting in a high press just to turn Austin over in some good areas on the field. Singe keeping his patience on the ball. Finds Delgado out wide. Delgado trying to move along that sideline. And there's those quick, short passes from the Galaxy. Trying to move around an Austin defense that's really cutting off those passing channels early. Fricana switches the field. And he hits Delgado out wide. Can he keep it in? A bad first touch from Delgado, and Austin will take over with the throw. Pinkham, long throw in, getting service almost into the 18 up top, looking for Pino. Noel trying to break this down. Back to Pinkham. And a push from behind, no call there. Galaxy's going forward. Numbers streaking ahead, Gonzalez on the ball, quick step overs. He had a trailing runner. Instead, he has a hold-up play option. Delgado. Singe, lots of time, staying calm on the ball. Play back to the feet is Simon Gilson. Austin chasing just a bit. You can see that high press coming in, especially with Galaxy trying to play out of the back. It'll be interesting to see how both these teams can keep up the intensity, given that it's about 101 degrees in Austin right now. Very hot, very heavy feeling in Austin. Both teams are used to the heat, having played all through the summer, but it's going to be a factor for sure tonight. Alcala dispossessed at the top of the 18. Toure tries to press forward, has to play back. Loss keeps it on the ground. Burton out wide. Burton with pressure. He's bringing the ball a little too far back defensively, because here comes LA. Shalado with a lot of pressure up top for the Galaxy. Austin not nervous though to play off their back line despite the incoming pressure from LA. Burton taken down inside his own 18. He's playing a lot with facing his own goal. He needs to be able to kind of turn that shoulder, start pushing up forward, being that link player in the midfield for Austin. Checking to the ball, square pass back. Noel taken down the midfield, Valentin Noel. 5 goals, 2 assists so far this year for Austin. Ramirez plays back. Toure cutting through the midfield. Here's Burton. Burton look up. Keeps it on the ground, out wide to Noel. Taking on his defender, breaks one, gets deflected off at the top of the box. Burton there, top of the box. Ramirez slots it through, and Gilson has to make a quick little dive. Gets there just in time. Not too much of a threatening shot, but enough pressure there from Austin. Burton does a good job to find his guy right at the top of the box, and a nice pass to slot it right in. He had Vela streaking into the box, just couldn't connect and forced Gilson into an early save. Now LA trying to play out of Austin's pressure. Ramirez out wide. Turned over. LA trying to get something going in transition. Lopez playing back. Pino with good pressure for Austin. Austin head coach Brett Utley talked about how they have to adjust their press tonight because of how LA likes to play. They want to make sure that they're pressing at the right times, still staying compact, even offensively. Combo play right at the top of the box for LA. It's getting broken up just a bit. Looks like Austin's coming away with it. Damian Loss will boot it out. Try to connect with somebody down center circle. Alcala trying to create an overlap there. Has to play back. Austin pushing forward now. Burton picks his head up. Doesn't see any runners. Plays it square to Pinkham. Toure with lots of time on that far flank. His runners going forward, just a bit behind, dribbling around the defense. Burton at the top of the box. Hits his player out wide, Noel. And head for F. Kyle Armstrong caught this one offsides, but good combo play there from Austin. Burton picking up the ball in good spots in the midfield, had his runner out wide, and Valentin Noel. Going forward, LA wants to create a lot of overloads in the midfield, weave in their fullbacks in that play going forward. Need them to try a couple long balls if it's on. Not afraid to play too direct, but they don't want to get into a transition type style. Played out wide. Here comes an overlap. Cut inside. He had a runner coming in, and it was Damian Loss who came in to cut off that opportunity from LA. This portion of the match is brought to you by Adidas, the official partner of Austin FC2. So Aaron Bebo putting a good amount of pressure up top for LA. 10 goals this season. He's tied for the second most in the league. The last time these two teams met was way back in the beginning of the season in April. It was a 1-1 draw, and Austin actually eventually lost that match 5-4 in a shootout. That was one of LA's 3 shootout wins so far this season. There's one of the 3 other ones came just last week. Burton, big first touch, able to settle, finds Pinkham outside. Lots of space in that midfield opening up. You can see how stretched LA is getting, gives Austin a good amount of time to bring it into the attacking half. Mazzaferro not finding any runners down deep, plays it out to Toure. Ramirez. Burton up top, cuts back. Top of the 18, slots it through. He had a runner, but defenders were there. Burton very calm on the ball, especially at the top of the 18. Doesn't seem panicked, waiting for that shot. Shot, and it's in! Micah Burton, just his 2nd goal of the season, and he gets Austin FC up 1-0. Micah Burton very calm on the ball. You can see him just takes a couple shots. He had so much time. Gilson almost gets fingertips on it, not enough. And Burton puts this one away, gets a home side up early. Just his second goal in 14 games played for Austin FC. And this is the exact position Austin wants to see themselves in. Getting an early lead, setting the tone early at home, especially in the heat, and Burton still foot on the gas on this one. Despite scoring first, by no means is Austin going to rest on that 1-goal lead. Just last week, they had a 3-goal lead over Colorado, conceded 3 goals, and eventually lost in a shootout. And it was what Brett Utley called a learning experience. He wants his team to remember that going forward and know that next time they face adversity, they can check into what they learned from that match in a tough draw and eventual loss in the shootout. So it'll be interesting to see how they decide to play with just a 1-goal lead, if they continue to push or if they just want to hold back a little more defensively. Austin turns it over. They're able to recycle play off the back line. Pinkham. Played out wide to Noel. He has the overlap coming in from Burton. Plays it back to Noel, chips it in into the hands of Gilson. Galaxy now with an opportunity going forward, tripped up in the middle of the field by Louis Jean. And he's shown a yellow card. Steve Louis Jean. A good opportunity there for LA. And it was Picasso who was tripped up on that fast break. And here's that last opportunity there, the little link-up play that eventually fell to Noel, and he just got his foot underneath it just a little too much, wasn't able to get that chip on frame as much as he wanted to. Adrian Gonzalez over the ball for LA. A couple short options there, but many lined up at the top of the box. Service goes out wide on the ground to Picasso, who drew the foul. Service into the box, headed away. It's going to stay with LA for their first corner of the night. Here comes the service on the corner. Long coming in, and Las comes out. Grabs that with authority, and he's able to settle this opportunity. Throws it out to Toure. Burton calling for it. Always want to see your midfielder want to get on the ball. Hafferty plays it down, looking to connect with Pino up top. Didn't quite get there. LA trying to settle themselves. There comes that long ball over the top, looking for Bebo. Broken up from Austin. Lots of space being created on this right-hand side. Switching the field, they're able to really pull LA more centrally and get some opportunities on the flank. Lots of Farrow time, but he's got a runner on his back. Louis Jean. Nice pullback by Toure to lose his defender, Louis Jean. Through the midfield to Ramirez. had Noel coming into the box. Good idea there. We saw his runner was on, just couldn't get the right connection. Not enough weight on that pass either. LA now pushing forward. Delgado looking for the overlap on the left. He has his runner outside. He takes it in himself. Gonzalez trying to make a calculated play, taken off by Burton, who just is such a spurt of energy running through the midfield. Louis-Jean, so much time. No real threat, plays it out wide. He's got an overlap from Toure, takes it in. Vela plays it back to Toure. Ramirez, cheers of shoot it coming from the crowd. Pinkham on the ball. Burton plays it wide. Well, with a defender to beat, gets it through, taken down and inside the box. No call for now, as LA's trying to play out, and there's the whistle from Kyle Armstrong. Valentin Noel taken down right at the top corner of the 18. Watch as he just completely gets past his defender there. And it looks like Delgado got a piece of him, maybe part of his face. He's pointing to his jaw as the training staff's taking a look at him, asking whether they need to take an extra look at it because it was an impact to his face and head. Training staff taking a look now. So here's where he beats the defender, and then there you can see the contact. He almost immediately grabs his face. Seems to be okay as he's walking off, trying to tell head ref Kyle Armstrong he got hit with the elbow from Delgado. He'll head to the sidelines and wait for his chance to check back in. The play gets restarted. Asinge gets it out to Delgado. Trying to play down the line. Bodied off the ball. Still played through. Austin contains. Louis-Jean. Making a good overlap there. Played back to Toure. Hafferty knowing when to slow the play down, playing back to his fellow center back. Look how much space has opened up through the midfield. Lots of space, not just to pass through the midfield, but to create runs going forward for Austin. Burton on the ball, cutting through the midfield. Playing out wide to Vela. Vela, patient. Back to Toure. Toure into the box, headed away. Pinkham chipped over the defense. Burton settles. Austin very much in control of this. They like to be a possession-minded team. They like to create those passing triangles too, working their way through the midfield. Galaxy now trying to build something here. Gonzalez to Alcala. Top of the box, Picasso, one defender to beat, gets it inside, blocked. Alcala plays it out wide. First touch, lofted, Bebo, head it right down. It's Damian Loss. Able to get a hand on that and put it right against the ground. Real good movement right here. And watch Bebo as he just comes inside towards the spot, the penalty spot, gets himself in a good position. 6'4", is able to get himself low enough to put his head on that. And Loss is able to get a hand on it, put it down on the ground, and keep the clean sheet intact for Austin, at least for now. This portion of the match is brought to you by Yeti, the official partner of Austin FC2. Too quick of a restart for Kyle Armstrong, pointing back to where he wants the play to regain. Alonso Ramirez. Here comes a little bit more pressure from LA. Have to be mindful of everyone knowing when they want to press, otherwise they'll create some space between their pressing lines and allow Austin just to move more freely through the field. That's a Farrow through the midfield. Austin very much dictating the pace, where they want to play, how they want to play. Nice, crisp passes on the ground. And Burton took a shove there. Right in front of the ref, too. Maybe a bit of frustration mounting already for Galaxy. Hard to tell. Pinkham's going to get it restarted for Austin. It's a fair, almost cut off there by Bebo. Hafferty bringing it up through the middle. Lays it off. Toure to Ramirez, plays it out wide. Nice no look from Burton. Can he hit Noel in stride just a little too much? It's going to be a goal kick for LA and Simon Gilson. LA recently played an international friendly against Wrexham FC on July 22nd. They lost that match 4-0, but 8 academy players got the opportunity to play in that match. And if for some reason you are unfamiliar with Wrexham FC, it's the oldest club in Wales that was recently bought by actors Rob McElhenney and Ryan Reynolds, who turned it into finally a successful club after so long of being unsuccessful. There's a there's a documentary series, FX, all about it. And they're making their American tour this summer and played the likes of LA Galaxy 2 and just recently played Philadelphia Union 2 as well. LA creating some good possession here, but still just along their back line, having a little trouble pushing it up the field at this moment. Delgado has to play back. Senge to Frikanis. Through the midfield. They have numbers going forward. There's that direct ball up top to Bebo. Can he break these defenders? He settles, looking for his teammates. Up top is Picasso. Back to Delgado, taken away from Austin. Trying to work the sideline, LA turns it over. Gonzalez out wide. Through the box, headed away. Trying to settle now. Both teams looking to settle this one. Gonzalez plays it back. LA now with lots of numbers in the attacking half. Misconnection out wide for Delgado. And Austin's going to take over with a throw-in. Long throw in for Austin. LA trying to get that momentum going that they just had. Passing along that back line, looking for their moment to strike. Playing those direct balls over the top to Aaron Bebo. Sengay out wide to Shiletto through the midfield. Bebo on the ball. Finds Delgado. Sends it into the box. Bebo header just over the crossbar. But what great service from Delgado way outside the 18, connecting really well with Bebo. Look at Delgado, who puts it on his left foot and just finds a perfect space. Bebo is there, and that was so close to being the equalizer for LA. Bebo at 6'4", such an aerial presence going against any defense, and he's so collected with his presence inside the box too. Not only can he score, he can also set his teammates up as well. 5 assists so far. That's tied for the most on the team. So not only is he a finisher, he's a facilitator as well. Pinkham under pressure, plays it back to Metzafero. Long ball, trying to find a deep lying runner. Stays with Austin. A nice pullback there by Hafferty to break his defender. Out wide to Toure. So much space for Toure to take. He's going to take it. Defense closing in, out wide. Louis-Jean Pino had an opportunity. Simon Gilson comes in. Nice little pullback there by Joe Hafferty just to shake off that pressure coming in from LA. Possession getting bobbled around a bit through the midfield. Austin's the one that looks like it's settled for now. Ramirez, Louis-Jean. Toure. Metzafero taking it through the space he has out wide. Checking to his Vela. Vela shot from distance, going way over the crossbar. But Austin not afraid to take those shots from distance when they see that window of opportunity. Here's a nice little passing sequence there from Austin. Just see the give and goes that are working so well. And then right there, it's LA not closing in on time when Austin is on the ball from distance. They're not closing in and allowing Austin to have those shots from distance as we take a hydration break in Austin, Texas. It is hot there, people, like most places in the US right now. It's an excessive heat warning in Austin, so these hydration breaks are definitely needed. About 95 degrees at Palmer Field. Here's a goal from the first half where the home side got up early. Settling possession just at the top of the box. And watch number 7 there, Micah Burton, excuse me. Again, time on the ball, and it's because LA is not closing down when there's possession outside from deep lying. And one of the best parts of Austin playing at home, head coach Brett Utley said, is the home crowd. He said it's very much a 12th man atmosphere. He said we've been almost everywhere now in MLS Next Pro. They've gone to almost every road venue that they could have. And he really truly believes that what happens at Palmer Field at St. David's Performance Center is second to none in this league. He said there's just such a real connection between the fans and the players, and when a goal gets scored, they want to celebrate with the fans, and the fans just really give them so much energy, especially on hot nights like this where you need an extra boost of energy going forward. Utley also said that it's a real Austin atmosphere there. It's very unique to this area, and it's not a huge venue. It seats just about 1,000, but almost every single match is near a sellout. Even on hot nights like tonight, having these fans in the stands makes all the difference for Austin FC too, in making sure that they keep their 8-1-1 home record still intact. Hydration break looks to be wrapping up. Both sides getting back to their shapes, trying to get things going again. And while the hydration breaks are a great moment for teams to not only get hydrated, but also reset, find out things that are maybe working, may not be working, and it can boost the team that might be trailing right now in LA and take a little wind out of the sails in Austin if they're not too careful. This portion of the match is brought to you by St. David's Healthcare, the official partner of Austin FC 2. Gilson playing it back his back line. Turned over by Austin. Trying to settle. Louis Jean finding Ramirez. Playing out wide to Pinkham. Louis Jean again under contention. Service into the 18, trying to get a flick on. It's broken up. Here comes the overlap on the left. Vela. Hafferty. Austin playing with a very high back line. Those are their two center backs way above center circle. Really just trying to get a lot of numbers forward. And a little shove there from behind. And a little bit of a argument happening there between LA and head ref Kyle Armstrong. You can see the two players on that far end line. Carson Klein getting tangled up. There's those triangular passes. Burton on the ball. He's able to settle, picks his head up, plays it short. You can just see how well Austin just moves into space. People are following their passes. They're moving into the open space, creating more options of what Brett Utley called those triangular passes. Just keeps things moving very fluidly. Bit of a bad first touch, able to settle is Pinkham. Hafferty, lots of space now, taking it himself. Lays it out. Louis Jean had a moment. Up top is Pino, he gets dispossessed. Noel's trying to close him down too. Pino just got tripped up just a bit inside the 18, right in front of net. And again, Austin is just creating a lot of good play right here. Hafferty cuts in, you can see Pino making a run, just hanging out right there, and he just couldn't get that first touch under control, just enough time for LA's defense to swoop in and break up that play. Louis Jean out wide to Toure. Cutting through the midfield, Toure. So fluid on the ball, he's following it up. Gilson comes out, makes the save. Toure is so smooth in possession, even with defenders closing in on him, eyes straight ahead as he's so calm on the ball. Louis Jean trying to get the best of Gonzalez. Watch Toure, even with the defenders kind of coming in and out, he's able to continue that nice, smooth run. And Simon Gilson, who's bold coming off of his line, making his presence known and scooping that ball up. Klein looking for options on the throw-in, trying to direct his players down the line. It's Bibu. Finds his way back to Klein under pressure. Austin's there with their high press, trying to settle. Galaxy, lots of time now. Coming through the midfield, out wide is Delgado. Cleared away. It'll stay with LA for now. As they try to continue to push this tempo. Last 5 or so minutes of the first half yet to be played. LA pushes it out wide. Service is blocked away. It falls back to LA's back line. Lots of pressure coming in for Louis Jean. Trying to turn those bad first touches from LA into opportunities going forward. And Armstrong shows a card. Looks like in the direction of Cristo Vela. Just a second yellow card of the match. It's coming from that far end line. And looks like he shows it to Vela. It points back behind the play, maybe something Vela did before the ball went out of bounds.
Your attention, please. The referee has issued a yellow card to Austin SC to number 99, Cristo Vela.
Austin now, some hold-up play at the top of the 18, trying to turn. Armstrong, a little too much physicality there for him. Talking to Asinge. And Austin's gonna have a good opportunity for a set piece right outside the 18. We've already seen that this team is not afraid to take a shot from distance. Lots of pushing and shoving happening at the top of the 18. See that back to goal play there. And just a lot of LA players coming and collapsing in and around Pino. Cristo Vela and Alonso Ramirez both hanging over the ball. Wonder if either of these two will go on frame. Vela with 2 goals already this season, Ramirez with just 1. Talking to each other now, deciding the best case scenario for Austin. LA set up a pretty big wall. Vela hits the wall, deflected off. pushed out wide. Burton contains, sends it in far post, header off frame. Lefty looked like for sure that Vela was trying to get this one in net, hits the wall. And Austin does a good job of just getting it settled, pushing it out wide, and good heads up play from Burton, noticing the space far post, just unable to get that header on frame. Bebo trying to contain, get his runners forward, plays through the midfield. Play called dead again. And another yellow is getting pulled out, this time shown to Nick Shalotto.
Your attention, please. The official has issued a yellow card to Los Angeles Galaxy 2. Number 72.
Not sure exactly what the offense was there. Kyle Armstrong saw enough to throw out another yellow. His third of the match, second in just the last few minutes. So Austin again will have a chance to get something going on a set piece. This one from a little further outside the 18 than the previous opportunity. Toure sends it in, far post, broken up. And there's a foul called inside the box, so LA will take over. Quick restart for LA, just a little too quick. Armstrong wasn't ready for everything to get going again. A lot of stop and go. LA's trying to get things going quickly, unable to do so, and Armstrong's trying to maintain control of the match. We'll definitely have some stoppage time this first half because of the hydration break and just the natural stoppage of play. Austin putting pressure. Noel pushing this one out of bounds. LA looking to play down the line. Long ball, looking for Bebo. Trying to settle it. He's able to do so, passes around the defender, gets the deflection in favor of LA. Delgado down the line to Picasso. Delgado making the overlap. Picasso takes it through the midfield. Out wide, lots of space for Klein. Four minutes of stoppage time in this first half. Austin up 1-0. A goal by Michael Burton put the home side up early on in this first half. LA trying to break that pressure from Austin, plays out long, goes out of bounds. Austin turned over. Bebo had an opportunity to push forward, is broken up. And again, Armstrong calls foul. Austin will take over inside their own 18. Galaxy players having a lot to say to Kyle Armstrong. Damien. So that's Bebo right there, who maybe gave a little bit of a shove to Austin defender, and that's what Kyle Armstrong was looking at when he wanted to call that play dead. Long ball over the top, and again, some more physical play for Kyle Armstrong. A little bit of shoving coming there from LA, with Loss making that long service from the free kick. And Austin once again will set up for an opportunity. Sheikh Toure over the ball. Pretty similar spot to where he took the last free kick for Austin. Service far post, curling in, headed away. There comes the LA's attack. Toure with the pressure on. Turning around, loses his footing. Almost turned over. It's going to stay with Austin. Trying to kill off this first half clock. Toure with lots of pressure on his back from Picasso. He's just almost able to get it around, and they're calling this an Austin throw-in. Pinkham taking his time with the throw. Final moments of first half, stoppage time winding down. Throws it back to Loss. Mazzaferro, calm on the ball. Well, checking too, playing through the midfield. And that is the halftime whistle from Kyle Armstrong. Little stop and go, little chippy as that first half plays out. Score at halftime, Austin FC 1, LA Galaxy 0. MLS Next Pro got to take part in MLS All-Star Week by reviving Goalie Wars. Not only did 4 keepers perform at a high level, we got some unique access with the Player Cam powered by AT&T 5G.
First semifinal. On the left, Ben Martino, and on the right, Isaac Walker, brought back unofficially last year, now to popular demand. A big chance for Ben Martino now to try to tie it up, and that should do it for Isaac Walker, who is winning this first round of Goalie Wars. Now it's time for the second semifinal. Damian Loss and Xavier Valdez going head to head. Equalizer from Xavier Valdez. Now to win for Damian Loss, and he does in overtime. Damian Loss advancing to the final of Goalie Wars. Isaac Walker, Damian Loss doesn't he? Put this away, he's going to, I think, isn't he? He knows the time. Damian Loss has got to go quick. Oh, does he get it?
Oh my goodness.
But in all seriousness, Damian Loss has put on the show.
2023 MLS Next Goalie Wars win. Yes, Isaac Walker, the new champion.
Let's go! Give me the bell, baby!
Isaac Walker, MLS Next Pro.
It's such a goalkeeper.
A full moon in Austin, and as we wrapped up our international competitions Friday, Michelle was in Salt Lake and got to sit down with Salt Lake Assistant General Manager Tony Beltran to talk about his role with the club and how international competition can help clubs domestically.
I'm Michelle Montaigne, and today MLS Next Pro is absolutely honored to be sitting down with Tony Beltran, Assistant General Manager for Real Salt Lake. And can we just start with you describing what exactly that entire role entails?
Sure, absolutely, and a pleasure to be here. Thank you so much for having me. So as the Assistant General Manager for Real Salt Lake, I oversee the day-to-day operations and the longevity of our developmental side. So that includes Next Pro and also our next teams, our academy teams, the Real Monarchs, and our U15 and U17 academy side.
A lot of those guys who get to use this beautiful facility. What went into the decision to build this really one-of-a-kind, state-of-the-art facility?
Ambition, and I think an understanding of the roster rules of MLS. Our previous owner, Doyle Hansen, saw an efficiency, and that's in collaboration with the front office, and that was that there's an obvious benefit on the cap side of having homegrown players play for your first team. And so we previously had our academy off-site in Arizona, which is also part of our territory, but bringing it in-house here in Utah allowed us the continued advantage of having all of our players under one roof. And so now, with housing the Monarchs and our academy full-time in our residential dormitory, on a given day we have the ability to pull players from each team, have them up for training, have them go down for opportunities, and do all of that instantaneously. So it's a huge advantage, it's a huge resource, and thank you so much for complimenting. It is a beautiful campus and we are very spoiled.
No kidding. It is beautiful, for sure. But in terms of the impact you've seen it play on the field, can you talk a little bit about how it has shown up and how having all of these things under one roof has really generated value on the pitch?
Yeah, I think a really good example is reflected in our first team. And so for the last 5 years, Real Salt Lake has led the league in homegrown minutes played in the regular season. So it's a stat that I'm really proud of and our club is really proud of, and I think really just embodies what we're about, and that's development. And we've had for years a fantastic pipeline from our academy to the first team, and it's brought us great success. And now, again, in this new era with new ownership and renewed resources, we're even more excited and bullish about the opportunities for our academy players coming through the ranks and beyond.
One of those opportunities, obviously this MLS Next Pro Invitational. Your second year hosting it, how does it help the club to be able to host an international tournament? What does it do for the club on the international stage?
It's a lot of fun. First of all, it's a lot of fun. And I think before speaking about the club, I'll reference for what it does to the players. As a former player myself, I think this is really important to hone in on. Look, any time you're going to challenge yourself against your international peers is really important. Important just because of the opportunity from a competitive standpoint, but also in development, having diversity in opponent, diversity in experiences, like anything in life, just propels everything forward. And so from a player standpoint, on the developmental side, I think it's wonderful what the MLS Next Pro has built here. And we're happy to be a partner in that, now and hopefully in future years. And then on the club side, again, I think it's just a great way to legitimize our developmental teams within the global landscape and to build relationships with European sides and to build future pathways and ties. And again, just to another indicator, another metric to challenge our players in a different environment.
You touched on two things there, the club side and the league side. Sure. So on that note, MLS Next Pro, only in its second year, how does what you guys have built here as an organization kind of provide a model for other clubs in MLS Next Pro to emulate?
Oh, that's first of all, thank you. I appreciate that. I don't know. I think each market is unique, and so the setup. I think what Nashville is doing and having their MLS Next Pro team off-site in a different, almost secondary market is really interesting. And so I think it depends on the makeup of the team and the locale and the community and what works there. But for us specifically, one thing that we constantly hear from all of our peers in the landscape is that they're very jealous, very envious of the opportunities that our campus provides. And that's having all of our players, and that's from the 13, 14-year-olds all the way up to the professional players, on our campus 10.5 months out of the year. And that is a huge luxury because we get so many more touch points, so many more opportunities to influence the development of all of our players. And so I think one thing this campus does really well, and one thing that other markets maybe have tried to take away from us, is the ability for this campus or a setup like this to inspire development in an individual. Because that's a real important component of teaching. It's not just conveying information and just saying words and teaching. It's inspiring others, inspiring students to take ownership of learning, right? To take ownership of their own careers. And I think our market does that really well.
Speaking of careers, you've spent almost all of your professional playing career with this club. So for you just personally, getting to be an assistant GM, getting to have a hand in helping develop these young guys, what does that mean to you?
It's very special. Thank you so much. I feel so fortunate. I definitely appreciate that this does not happen with every professional career, but being able to play the entirety of my career, my pro career in Salt Lake City, and now working in the front office for a club and for a community that really is a chief protagonist in my life is very special, very special. So I feel so fortunate to be part of this community, and I'm so thankful that the club still wants me.
Well, for good reason. Tony, thank you so much for the time.
My pleasure. Thank you.
It's not every day we get to sit down with someone in the front office. This is Tony Beltran, Assistant General Manager for Real Salt Lake.
It was a busy week all around with MLS Next Pro clubs. Michelle and Samara have a big task wrapping it all up in this week's Rewind.
Despite the imminent weather throughout the weekend and aside all the international action going on here in Utah, Matchday 18 delivered quite the excitement. Michelle Montaigne and I are here to get you caught up on the best moments of the weekend. Now we start this rewind with great news out of LA. LAFC star goalkeeper Maxime Crépeau is back. The Canadian keeper returned to the pitch following a lengthy recovery after suffering a devastating leg injury in the 2022 MLS Cup final. Following the match, Crépeau shared what it meant to be back in action and be part of the team's 2-1 win over Tacoma Defiance.
Honestly, it's been a hell of a road, so personally I was just happy to play again, honestly, to play, to enjoy it, to have fun. That was a big part that I've missed playing, and then obviously there's a lot of ups and downs during those 9 months with the recovery process. But the fact that I've been able to come out with the guys, and to be fair, we handled well the second half where we got the result and we got the job done. We did some small adjustments, and tactically we came up on top. So I'm happy to get the 3 points with the guys because they deserve it. We worked well today, and then now it's just to carry on and to get momentum out of that. Yeah.
Now, keeping it out west, when the top team in the Western Conference is calling it their comeback of the year, you know it's got to be a big deal. Rapids 2 goes down 3-0 at the break, but fights back in the second half with 2 goals less than 10 minutes apart, supplemented by an Austin FC 2 own goal to send this one to a shootout. That's when Adam Beaudry took over, making a critical save on the final kick from the spot to give his team the shootout victory. This is the second of 3 meetings between the top 2 teams in the West, with Rapids 2 so far taking multiple points each time.
Now, if there's someone who's going to deliver some remarkable talking points, that's our defending champs. While Crew 2 took a 6-2 loss against Union 2, the game delivered moments we could not even make up. Just 6 minutes into the match, the Cappies went down a keeper following a foul that earned him a straight red card. Midfielder Clay Hallstad came in to replace the starting Crew 2 keeper and did an impressive job in the first half. However, the visitors took advantage of the mishap and delivered a flurry of goals, 2 of them coming from academy players David Vasquez and Luciano Sanchez.
And for the second straight week, there is a new name atop the Golden Boot race standings. With his brace in OCB's game against Chicago Fire 2, Jack Lynn sits in sole first with a tally of 12 total goals this season. This marks his second 2-goal game in the month of July alone, having scored in all but 1 game this month. Behind him sits Nick Firmino with 11, followed by 4 players who each have 10.
What a weekend. You can catch all the highlights on MLSNextPro.com and tune into Matchday 19 on MLS Season Pass on Apple TV. We'll see you back here next week. For Michelle and I'm Samara Perez signing off from Utah.
Here's a look at some of the scores that was happening this past weekend. Lots of action happening all around MLS Next Pro. Crown Legacy FC added another 3 points to their already Eastern Conference best 47 with their win over FC Cincinnati. North Texas put away 4 goals and kept a clean sheet against Timbers 2 last night. And there was some Cascadia action as well between Tacoma Defiance and Vancouver Whitecaps. Here are the first half highlights. A lot of chances early on for Austin FC. This one coming just in the 7th minute, trying to thread that needle. And this is the build-up to the first and only goal of the first half. Watch number 7, Micah Burton, just take his space on the ball. LA not able to really close down those shots from distance. Micah Burton gets his 2nd goal of the season and gets Austin up 1-0. LA had some opportunities too as well, putting pressure on with corners and also moving the ball really well in and around the 18. This shot here gets a deflection and falls back to LA players. Trying to recycle play here. A diving header from Bebo, just can't get it into the back of the net. Damian Loss able to just contain that just enough to make sure to keep that clean sheet going forward. LA trying their shots from distance. Another header from Bebo just sails over the crossbar. That could have been the biggest moment of the first half. Austin really pressing forward here, and they had a lot of runners coming into the box. And once again, right there, it was Pino who was streaking into the box. Just couldn't get that timing right with his numbers going forward. Toure, great run here, just broken up by Simon Gilson. So smooth in his possession there. Austin had a couple free kicks. This was the first of the night. Hits the wall of LA Galaxy. Falls down to their midfield, and they're able to play it out wide. It's Burton again on the ball here. Sends it far post, and the header is just a couple feet off frame to the left. LA has been putting on pressure on Austin in this first half, however. And this is kind of where things got a little chippy, a little pushing and shoving. There's been a few yellow cards already in this match. First half, halftime stats. It's a 1-0 lead for Austin FC over LA Galaxy 2. Austin looking to hold on to this win heading into the second half. And in terms of stats, LA has a lead in possession, about 53.2% of the possession. And in terms of shots, it is even. Both teams putting up 4 shots, both of them, one of those shots going on goal. Of course, for Austin's, that one found the back of the net. Passing accuracy is just edging out to Austin FC, 89.3%. Connecting a lot in those short triangular passes in and around the midfield to get that build-up play going. The second half is underway at Palmer Field at St. David's Performance Center in Austin. Still a hot one in Austin tonight, 93 degrees, excessive heat warning. We had a hydration break in the first half. Most likely we'll have one in the second half as well, giving these teams a moment to collect themselves and get themselves settled in this excessive heat, but still a good fan turnout at Palmer Field. Austin playing through the midfield. Burton on the ball, plays it out wide. Continuing his run. He connects with the give and go, just gets to the ball, bodied off the ball just a bit by LA's defense. And they're able to shield that one to go out of bounds. Gilson will take over on a goal kick for LA. LA taking their time to play it out, looking downfield for Bebo. Austin's defense really collapsing around the forward. He's shown he can be really strong in the air, but also very good hold-up play as well. LA picking and choosing the moments they want to press, sometimes leaving those spots open for Austin to do just this, take advantage of the space in behind. Toure, top of the box, trying to play it out wide, broken up. Austin stays with it. Now LA pushing forward. Bit of a slip from Austin, and there's more space for LA to take. Bebo cuts inside for the run. Taken to the end line. And finally, Kyle Armstrong blows his whistle. Not soon enough for Gonzalez, though. Upset that the foul wasn't called. Adrian Gonzalez with so much speed, good pace here. Bebo just gets right out of his way. He takes on several defenders, gets tripped up right near the touchline. No call, however, from Kyle Armstrong. But Gonzalez covering a lot of ground for LA in that last possession. Mazzaferro taking his time, switches it out wide. Looking for Noel, finds LA's defense instead. They clear it away. Long thrown for Austin. Almost gets it right into the box. LA shields it out, and it'll be another goal kick for Gilson. Pressure coming in from Pino up top. Toure goes to his feet, slides this one back, hits Ramirez. Space from distance. Toure turns. Has Vela out wide, service into the box and into the hands of Gilson. Austin keeping their foot on the gas early in this first half, not just with their high press out of possession, but with their quick movements right in and around the 18 as well. LA trying to play across their back line. It's broken up by Austin. But Gonzalez again settling. Excuse me, Picazzo out wide. Quick little give and go on that far end line. Chiletto taken down. And Armstrong does call this one in favor for LA. They'll set up for a free kick. Pretty far outside the 18. As Gonzalez stands over it, waits for his team to get set, assessing the situation of how Austin is going to line up to defend this one. Here comes a service into the box, headed away and broken up into the box. Play out wide. Vela trying to push defender out. Missed clearance, shot from distance gets deflected out wide. Klein plays it back. Long service in. Head it, and this one falls outside Austin's touchline. It'll be a goal kick for Las. This portion of the match is brought to you by SeatGeek, official partner of Austin FC2. Louis Jean, lots of time and space. Plays it back instead. Mazzaferro. Toure. It's been really good using that flank to create some build-up play. He's got pressure on him behind, turns his defender, plays it out wide. Austin has numbers going forward. Inside the 18, service long. A little too long for Vela. He was making a good run far post. Nice strong service on the ground coming in through the box. It was just a little too much. Vela doesn't able to pick up his stride in time to get on the end of that. Louis Jean. Out wide, Noel on the ball. Ramirez shot from distance, just goes wide. Again, Austin taking their opportunities from distance when they're open. No one's closing in from LA. That was their story in the first half as well. Austin is brave enough to take those shots from distance. LA has to start to realize they need to close down on those open windows. Bibo battling off the ball. Hafferty trying to get the best of it. All he could do is push it out for a corner. Bibo working really hard up top for LA. See how Bibo just tries to get in behind. There's a slight jersey pull there as Hafferty just pushes it out. LA's first corner of the second half. Here comes the service, in swinging, headed out. LA tripped up outside the 18. Armstrong quick to call that one. It was Nick Shelato who was able to draw the foul for LA. So not their first set piece of the second half, but this one in a little bit more of a dangerous area for the visitors. Here comes service in from Alcala into the hands of Las. Going on frame, long and lofty. Las had plenty of time to get underneath it. Burton pushing the pace, taken down midfield. Austin stays with it. Alcala just lofting this one. And Las just had plenty of time to make sure he got underneath it. Looks like another yellow card was shown here. There was a shove off of, it looked like between Lopez and Burton there. And it was Diego Lopez who picked up the yellow card off that play. Fourth yellow card of the night. Burton on the ball. Plays it down the line. Turned over though. LA pushing forward. Runners joining up. Austin though getting settled defensively. Forcing LA to play back. Klein through the 18 looking for Bibo. Swing and a miss, and Austin pushing forward now. Long ball over the top trying to connect with Vela. Pino tripped up. Overlap is broken up from Austin. A little shove from behind from Galaxy. Damian Loss will get this back into play for Austin FC. Home side up early in this one, courtesy of Michael Burton. Scored in the 12th minute of play. They've been able to hold on to this clean sheet as of now. Loss not tested a ton, but still doing a good job. Only had to make one save on the night so far. Played back to Gilson. And Austin takes over in the attacking third. Mazzaferro out wide, Toure. Mazzaferro again. Austin's done a good job too of switching the point of the attack and pulling in LA's defense, creating some space to really continue their attack. Cafferty, Mazzaferro just keeping it calm across the back line. Play through the middle. Connecting to Louis Jean. He has the overlap to the right. He takes a shot, save, deflection over the crossbar. Sebastian Pinu streaking into the box, and he's holding his leg. And it looks like Kyle Armstrong has something to say. Talking with a lot of members of LA right now as Austin's teammates checking in on Pino. Another yellow card being shown. Here's the pressure coming in from Austin. You can see the overlapping run, the deflection off the shot, and then there's Pino just, ooh, a bad collision there. Looks like he got taken out by Marcus Fercronis. Slow to get to his feet. And there was a yellow card shown, and a lot of conversation still happening between LA and Kyle Armstrong. Yellow card looked like to be in the direction of number 45 for Los Angeles, Adrian Gonzalez. There he is right there talking with Armstrong, and yeah, it looks like that's who he was waving that yellow card in the direction to. Fifth yellow card of the night. And it looks like this is going to be a PK opportunity for Austin. A lot of commotion happening. It's Alonso Ramirez lining up from the spot to take this. Ramirez just one goal on the season, looking to double Austin's lead. Ramirez, shot, and it's in. It really got Gilson on that one with a stutter step. Austin extends its lead to 2-0 in the 61st minute. Here's a little stutter step too that got Gilson just to break his ankles just a bit, enough to make him not even get back up and try to go to that far post. He's gonna want that one back, Gilson. Got caught up with the approach from Ramirez and unable to really get back on his feet to make an attempt at a stop. Austin likely doesn't care because they're up 2-0 now. So here's that play as it develops from Austin. And there's the collision there with Pino. He draws the foul. And he's able to draw that penalty kick, which ultimately allowed Austin to extend its lead to 2. With all the commotion, it was hard to tell. Kyle Armstrong did immediately call that a PK, but there was a lot of commotion and chattering happening right after that call, so we were trying to follow the action as best as we could. Vela cutting through the midfield. Ramirez, the recent goal scorer. Noel turning, hitting runner out wide. Noel back on the ball. Ramirez, shot from distance on the ground outside the post again. Couple opportunities from Austin right from that spot. Look at how much space Ramirez has. LA's closing in just a little quicker, but still that step is just a half a second too long. And Austin is open to taking these shots from distance. Lots of pressure coming forward. Trying to chip the keeper, instead chips it over the crossbar. Bebo still with a lot of press coming in the second half still, despite the heat. Austin turns the ball over, pressing forward, hits the runners out wide. Trying to contain on that touch line. Drawing it back, allowing runners to get a little more settled. Metzafero plays it out wide to Toure. Vela dispossessed. Gets the ball back. Armstrong calls it dead, however.
Substitution for your Austin FC 2. Now on for Austin FC 2, number 13, Leo Flores. Replacing number 99, Cristo Vela.
Couple subs coming in for the home team. Leo Torres coming in for Cristo Vela. Bobasi Bairau Yuhanga coming in for Steve Luis Jean. See some fresh legs for Austin coming in. Keeping the intensity up. Pressure coming in from LA as Austin still plays out of the back. Toure trying to get through the middle. Connects with Burton. Toure looking to switch. Stays with it. Austin building through the midfield. Falls down to LA though. They're going to try to push forward. Austin out wide, getting numbers forward. Switching the point, looking inside the 18, settled. Runners coming in. Toure couldn't get his foot on it. Defender closing in. Stays with it, plays it back. Noel, far post, header! It's in the back of the net! Austin's up 3-0. A diving header by the substitute, Leo Torres. And what a way to make your mark coming into the second half. Torres, his first goal of the season. And he is celebrating with the Austin faithful. He's making a great run far post as Toure is able to recycle this play. He does such a good job of staying with it. It's played out wide to Noel. Noel, great service, and Torres just diving into, crashing the box so well. Gets at the end of it, gets his first goal of the season. Austin up 3-0. And a lot of that space is opening up for Austin because of how well they're moving the ball around. They're connecting those tight passes. And a lot of that play, that goal does not happen if Sheikh Toure does not stay with that play. He was almost dispossessed at the touchline, and instead he stayed with it. He recycled that play out to Noel, and that perfect service far post. LA still trying to ask some real questions out of this Austin defense. Playing through the middle. Picasso cutting through. It's Austin who's there. Bibo inside. He plays it out. LA comes away with it. Pino, lots of space. Picks his head up, looking for runners. Gets a real big shove from behind. That one coming from Shalato, who's already on a yellow, and that's a red. He'll be shown off the field. LA still chatting a lot to Kyla Armstrong, but it was a pretty blatant shove from behind as Pino was trying to break forward. So not only are LA in a 3-goal deficit, they're going to have to play with a man down. Watch as Shaleto just really, he extends his arm right into the back of Pino. Sebastian Pino taken to the ground. And with Kyle Armstrong trailing that play as close as he was, it's an easy call for him to make. Especially he's been making a lot of calls recently and throughout the match. LA can't be surprised that this was, called against them. He's been quick to go to his back pocket, Armstrong, tonight, just trying to settle this game down a bit. So now Austin playing not a 3-goal advantage and a man advantage. Shaloto playing in that midfield, it's just going to open up even more space for Austin to manipulate and break through. Toure is standing over the ball, getting ready for the free kick. Some substitutes are being made right now as well.
Let's get this touchdown.
Here comes service from Toure, headed off. Falls back to Austin.
card issued to Los Angeles Galaxy to number 72, Nicholas Choroko, in the 69th minute.
So Juan Calderon checks in for Riley Delgado for LA, as does Sergio Villapando checking in for Axel Picasso. LA still looking to press forward, trying to get at least one goal in for tonight. Looks like Austin is also making 2 more subs.
For your Austin FC2. Now on, number 25, Anthony Honda. Also entering the match, number 32, Effie Flores. Number 23, Alonso Ramirez.
Anthony Deonda coming in for Chris Pinkham on defense. And Irvin Torres also checking in, taking the place of second goal scorer Alonso Ramirez. Austin playing across their back line, getting space going through the middle. Good pass, breaking those lines. It's Burton playing it out wide. Noel chasing it down through the middle, headed away. Burton again on the ball. Picking up Torres. Playing it back. Atlanta. Ref getting in the way just a bit. It's bobbled around inside the 18. Deonda trying to get in around that defense. Gets broken up. Austin was still creating more chances going forward. Swinging out wide. Torres. Back to Mazzaforo. Out wide for Deonda. Plays it back. Burton on the ball. Cuts it away from his defender. Plays it back to Mazzaforo. Deonda out wide. He has Noel coming into the box. Noel dispossessed. LA looking forward. Lots of pressure still coming from Austin though. Can't quite get it off the back line just yet. Austin really trying to take advantage of the man-up situation they're in. There's going to be more holes throughout the midfield now. Can they get a 4th goal on the night? This Swing it out wide to Deanda. And Burton switches the point. Overlapping run coming in. Service through the middle, broken up. Top of the 18, shot! Hits the post. Deflection shot goes out of bounds. Gilson will take his time getting back to the goal kick. Here's that last opportunity from Austin, just really falls to the top of the box. And again, time and space at the top of the box hits the post for Austin. Deanda tried to get that deflected shot, just sails it out. We're in another hydration break again. It is a very hot night in Austin. And let's take a look at all 3 goals that Austin was able to score tonight. The first one coming when the sun was still up, 12th minute of play. Watch number 7, Micah Burton. So much time, able to put it in the upper 90. Great goal for the midfielder tonight. Second goal came courtesy of a penalty kick there from Alonso Ramirez, and just completely throws the goalkeeper off of his game. Third goal, a diving header from substitute Leo Torres. His first goal of the season, and what a beauty it was. That is how Austin has gotten up 3-0 on this night. So LA is playing with 10 field players because Nick Chalato picked up 2 yellows, and eventually that, 2 yellows make a red. So he was shown off the field. He picked up that first yellow in the first half, second one in the second half just a few moments ago. LA will have to see out the rest of the game without him on the field, playing with a 3-goal deficit. They entered the match unbeaten in their last 4. They hadn't lost the game in the month of July, not the way they wanted to end out the month of July here tonight in Austin.
Substitution for Los Angeles Galaxy in the 84th minute. Now on number 9, Emiliano Garcia.
LA made another sub during that hydration break. Emiliano Garcia checking in place of Diego Lopez. This portion of the match is brought to you by Body Armor, official partner of Austin FC2. LA quick to get it back into action. Playing the ball out wide, trying to settle through the midfield. Playing it across their back line, trying to break those first lines of press coming in still from Austin. Up 3 goals and hot night in Texas, and that pressure is still coming from the home team. Austin forcing LA to pass into certain areas, covering a lot of good space. LA trying to pass through that press. Dispossessed there. Deanda takes the ball over, takes the shot, deflected, and a great defensive read from Deanda, the substitute coming in the second half. Able just to completely strip LA of that opportunity, trying to push forward. Deonda with the throw in. Torres. Hafferty settles. Just linking play through the midfield. Toure. Mazzaferro out wide. Noel through the midfield. Burton. Good pass and move here from Austin. That's what they've been doing well all night long. Noel service far post coming in. It's punched out by Gilson. Falling to Toure. Torres through the midfield. Few defenders to beat. Dispossessed LA trying to get out of this pressure from Austin. Plays called dead from Armstrong. And they're quick to get things going back. Another substitution coming in for Austin. Brian Arenello checking in now. This portion of the match is brought to you by HEB, official partner of Austin FC2. Valentin Noel taking his spot on the bench, a good hard-working effort from the forward up top. Brian Arenello checking in. Long ball over the top. LA looking for something to go, getting that direct play on. Still has to push it back. Austin doing a good job of just mitigating any of those chances going forward. LA swings it out wide. Trying to connect through the midfield now. Austin's still there. And Austin settling. Torres plays it back. Now just play across the back line for Austin. Mazzaferro, lots of time. Here comes a little bit of pressure from Bebo. Torres. Austin swinging things back out wide again. They've had success doing that, creating space, getting LA's defense to bite just a little bit. And again, LA is playing man down, so there should be more space for Austin to manipulate. Toure gets around his defender. Beats another one, plays it through the middle. Deonda makes a curling far post service. No one's quite there. Torres settles. He has Deonda on the back. Torres misses his control. Mazzaferro is there to take it over. Burton back to Burton has been playing such a great game, covering so much space and providing so much energy too. Austin lays it out wide. Service coming in, far post. No one quite there on the receiving end. Gilson is going to have another goal kick, trying to get things going. You can hear the fans in the stands at Palmer Field at St. David's Performance Center. Talked about how Austin FC coach Brett Utley talked about these fans are really like a 12th man type atmosphere in Austin for Austin FC too. He said they're building something special. It very much mimics how great the fans are for the first team, and he's glad that there's a similar environment for his guys here at this facility, and how much his team really relies on these fans going forward. It's easy to play well when you're up 3-0 right now, but it's a hot night. The game's getting a little physical. To have the fans behind you too is just that extra added energy boost that any team would love to have. Burton through the midfield, plays it across the back line. It's Torres settling. Austin, there's that combo play along the far end line. Switching the point, trying to connect. Burton settles it. There goes the overlap. Can Burton get there? Not quite. It's being shielded out of play by LA. Gilson, another goal kick. Final seconds now, ticking off the clock of regulation. There'll likely be a few minutes of stoppage time, not just for hydration. 3 minutes of stoppage time. Austin holding on to a nice 3-0 lead over LA Galaxy 2. Bibu calling for a handball. He'll get that from Kyle Armstrong. Austin head coach Brett Utley said a very important thing heading into tonight was just maintaining good possession and creating those passing triangles. They have done that so well this entire match, and that's how many of all three of those goals really got started. It was just maintaining good possession. They're connecting a lot of these short passes. By doing that, they're just pulling LA's defense into different pockets of space, creating more things going forward. Bibu's shot goes way over the crossbar, and he is still trying to get this team. And it looks like Deonda picked up a yellow, which caused a little bit of delay. Substitute Anthony Deonda picking up a yellow in stoppage time of the second half. Metzafero. He's played all but one match for Austin FC this season. Tripped up play from Austin. To set things up for a free kick in the waning minutes now of stoppage time. Rafferty plays it out wide. Deonda. Burton. Deonda still. Toure. Looked like he was going to give it a go from distance. Kept with it. goes on the ground, and Simon Gilson contains it. Boots it down the field, trying to connect with somebody. It's only Bibu down there. And Austin just trying to kill off these final few seconds in what will be their 11th win of the season, their 9th at home. They just came out and really executed their game plan well, manipulated LA's defense. It's all about that solid possession going forward. Another opportunity, not done yet. Gets it on his, oh, tripped up. And looks like he's pointing to the spot again, Kyle Armstrong. We're gonna get another penalty kick in the final minutes of this match. Ariano is just tripped up right around the 6. And it's tough for LA Galaxy's defense tonight, trying their best to really stop those overlapping runs. This is likely going to be the last shot of the match. And he drew the penalty, and he'll take the penalty kick as well. Brian Ariano. Ariano, stutter, shot, and it's in. It's 4-0 for Austin. His first goal of the season coming in off the bench, Brian Ariano. Now Austin has a 4-0 lead. Another little stutter step approach. Doesn't get Gilson to bite the way it did the first time around. He makes a dive, unable to get to it though. Austin has a 4-0 lead. Play gets started again. And just like that, that's the final whistle for tonight. Your final score tonight, Austin FC 4, LA Galaxy 0. Time for the man of the match presented by Adidas. And that honor goes to Alonso Ramirez. He entered the match with just 1 goal, 0 assists. He leaves the match with 2 goals, 1 assist, and this is where his goal came from. Penalty kick spot. He put Austin up 2-0 at the time. Just buries that spot to double Austin's lead at that point of the match. He is your man of the match presented by Adidas. Once again, our final score in Austin, Austin FC 4, LA Galaxy 0. Thank you so much for joining us for our entire MLS Next broadcast crew. I'm Marissa Pilla. Don't forget, you can watch MLS Next Pro all season long on MLS Season Pass on Apple TV and MLSNextPro.com. Good night, everyone, and have a great week.
This copyrighted broadcast of MLS Next Pro may not be retransmitted, reproduced, or rebroadcasted without the express written consent of Major League Soccer.